Hey everyone, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In this video, we have a couple things to talk about. An alliance showdown, which is pretty interesting, where they demolished all of our alliance buildings. We have some speculation on what the covenant will be, and then there's some other tips and tricks that I just wanted to share with you that might boost your gameplay. First, a word from the video sponsor.
AppGallery provides competitive discounts on your Evony spending. AppGallery is available to all Android and emulator users. When you sign up for AppGallery, make sure you set your country in AppGallery to a European country. Mine is set to the United Kingdom, but any European country should work. Special note to Canadians, if you have your country set to Canada, you'll need to make this region change in AppGallery or the discount campaigns will no longer work for you. In addition to the AppGallery campaigns, there's also a VIP program for larger spenders that offer even higher discounts. Check the video description for details on how to download AppGallery and set it up. You should also consider joining the AppGallery Discord group to get support and more promotional information. There are usually multiple promotions within each campaign where users can obtain coupons for direct discounts on their spending. Often the coupons are stackable and the discounts can get higher than other app stores. Check out the video description for details on the current offerings. Thank you AppGallery for sponsoring this video and providing discounts to Evony players.
It's a pretty interesting day with a new mail that came out about some Alliance City issues. Now, what happened is a whole bunch of Alliance cities were just randomly destroyed, so people got all their food from the warehouse sent back to them. And yeah, so I lost quite a bit as well, but they're going to be refunding it. Some kind of a glitch. They call it a data anomaly. I don't know what kind of data anomaly would cause that, but interesting. So they fixed the issue apparently, or they're at least trying to fix the issue, and they're going to send back that food that we lost in the Alliance warehouse. So hopefully that will be done relatively soon, and it will return to the warehouse rather than to your city, because then it'll just be wasted all over again. But they did send a couple wonderful rewards. We got some speed ups, a little bit of resources, some gems, and most importantly, we got a double down package coupon so that we can double down on more spending. Okay, there's a couple of things in this video other than that very humorous event that I did want to discuss. The first one I want to go through is just some little tips and tricks that I picked up here and there, and they may be useful to you. They may not. I'm not sure, but it's worth sharing, I think. So one thing that bothers me a whole lot is the new way that the champion greeting works. I really don't like having to do 1 minute cooldowns on my champion. You click this, you wait, and now you got to wait a whole minute. And you got to do it 10 times. It's not 3 times, it's 10 times. So it's just a pain in the butt. Like, I'd rather just greet, be done. So, man, I really don't enjoy that. And it got me to thinking, like cooldowns in this game, these kind of cooldowns, they're server-side cooldowns. And so the same thing will apply. Like, let's say you have multiple accounts on your phone and you're switching from one account to another. You put a bubble on one, and this has happened to a lot of people. Maybe you're in a rush, right? You go to one alt, you put a bubble, and then you switch to another alt, and you still have a cooldown, but your bubble's down. You need to get it up as quickly as possible, but you got to wait for that timer, and it's just a pain in the butt. Well, I can share a little trick that I have for dealing with cooldowns like this. And I'll see if I can replicate this in the Evony app. It's, excuse me, it's quite a bit easier on my phone, but it does depend on your loading time. So these are client-side cooldowns. They're not imposed to you by the Evony server. They're completely on your device. So what you could do, and I'll kind of walk you through it without doing it, just in case it doesn't work for me, is if you click greet, for example, and you got your 1 minute cooldown, you could just exit the game, go back into the game, and the cooldown is gone. Now you can do it all over again. So you just have to do that multiple times. Easy peasy, skips the cooldown. Now another resource I wanted to share with you is the Theia website. We did a live stream with them a few months back, a collab, where we had multiple content creators on there answering questions. It was a big community event, and it was awesome. There's a video in my library somewhere if you want to take a look. But I do want to share this because it is a growing resource, and there's a lot of good information on here. You've got guides, all kinds of common guides, special event guides, and so on, as well as some tools. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because in the game right now, we have the, Napoleon's Trials. And I found it especially useful for this. So going down here, you have all the answers to the senior trial, the junior trials, and you have a search feature as well. So it was really easy for me to utilize this feature and to go in and answer questions very quickly. And if you aren't using this feature to answer questions or something similar, then you probably are missing out quite a bit. Like the senior trial gems reward for getting a perfect score and passing on the qualifiers for the senior trial. It was only 1,876 monarchs that actually passed the senior trials, which means you got 32,000 gems. I mean, 32,000 gems is 32,000 gems is very useful. All you really got to do to get through this stuff, make it really easy, is go here, and on the junior ones, right, you have no time limit. You can just answer, take your time, and go back and forth. But on the senior trials, where there is a time limit, what I like to do is I'll have my phone open, and I'll have the website open, and I'll just type a keyword in the search feature, get the answer right away. It only took me like 1 or 2 seconds per question, and I got them all right. And that's what gave me 32,000 gems. So I highly suggest that you do that as well if you want to get those gems. It's very easy, and Theia is a great resource for people that are looking for some other Evony content. Now, the final thing I really want to talk about here is some of the speculation that has been happening around one of these new features and generals. I'll just go to my wall general, I guess. Let's see. I mean, you can go to any general, but here we go. Wall general, and at the bottom right, you see there's a covenant. And it says it's about to unlock. A lot of people are wondering what that is, and nobody has the answers. And that's because it hasn't been released yet, and we don't have inside information. But we can glean a few pieces of information out of some of the different, elements of this, I guess. I mean, first of all, it's a button next to Enhance, Cultivate, Specialty, right? So with it being positioned here, it's very, very probable that it's going to be some kind of an enhancement to each specific general, right? Just like how Enhance increases your stars, which increases your attributes. And you have Cultivate, which increases your attributes. You have Specialty, which as you unlock, you get buffs, right? Covenant is probably going to be something similar, where you're going to be increasing either attributes or buffs that general provides. We don't know specifically what that is, but I'm going to go a little bit further, and I'm going to, borrow from other games and kind of think about this here. So Covenant, generally the word is like some kind of a pact, right? Some kind of an agreement. And knowing that we have a collaboration with the Napoleon movie right now, there's probably going to be some kind of a connection there. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be like Napoleon content, because that's not the life of the game. So it's probably not going to be just a Napoleon thing, but it might be similar in theme, where you're making a pact with different armies, or you're making a pact with different kinds of, types of warfare. And my guess here, because I've seen covenants in other games as well, and what they typically are is you lock into a covenant, and you grow your relationship with that covenant, and it unlocks some kind of boosts. And then when you completely build that relationship to the maximum, then you can get another covenant. And I think that's kind of how it's going to be. We're going to be choosing some kind of a pact, and we're going to be building that pact up until it reaches a max, and then we're going to be going forward. So I don't think it's a whole lot different than what you might see in specialty. I mean, if you consider each of these to be an individual covenant, you got to build one up, and then you'd unlock the next one. I mean, that's not how it works here, except for the final tier. But I think that's kind of how it's going to be. You're gonna like select a covenant, and you're going to build that up, and then when you've got that one maximized, you'll be able to select a second one and a third one. That's just my speculation, though. What I do think will happen is when the newest consumption event, which would be speed ups, is going to be coming out tomorrow, I think we'll also get some details on what covenant actually means. So I guess we'll just have to find out if my predictions are correct there and kind of see where it goes. But that's what my guess is going to be. And you kind of know it. It's going to be heavily spender friendly. So if you're spending, you're going to be able to access whatever items you need to upgrade your covenant a lot more easily. But I would also be surprised if it's going to be only for spenders, because every other one of these elements, enhance, cultivate, and specialty, there is a free-to-play aspect as well. So like you can enhance all the way up to 5 stars, no problem as a free-to-play. And then it gets a little bit more challenging with Ascension. Cultivation, I keep clicking that and I don't want to put my code in. Cultivation is fairly easy to do for free-to-play or for spenders. And specialty, it's possible for free-to-play. It's a little bit slower, but definitely favors spenders as well because they are able to do more and more specialties. So I think Covenant will be similar. It'll be more geared towards the spenders, but it'll be some kind of a pact that provides boosts to your general. And with that, that's about it for this video. I'll have another one out fairly soon. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. If you liked what you saw, please consider hitting the like button and checking out other videos on the Miser's Guide to Evony. I'll see you in the next video.